Citizens of the Reject Nation, before I go into anything else, I wanted to say that Real Rejects has a new boys-inspired t-shirt. Just finished it. It's coming in the mail for moi. I'll be wearing it for episode 7, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like right now. You should get it. You should get it. Here it is. Get it? America's ass. It's a play on.
That is America's ass.
You get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
You're
get
a
it.
smart cookie.
I love that shirt. I love it. Can't wait to be wearing it for the last couple episodes of GenV. That shirt is available at rejectnationshop.com. John, how are you?
I am germinating voraciously in anticipation.
Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, Coy, you just got back from NYCC hosting panels. How you doing? How's your voice?
Absent, and I have no Gen V puns because my brain isn't working. That was intimidating, John.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe, click the notification bell, because we're going to be covering Gen V episode 7. And thank you to all who have been watching with us. And thank you to all who have been joining our Patreon page, where over there we offer the full-length reaction watch-along. That's where you sync up with their own copy of Gen V, but we also cover several shows over there exclusively with the highlights and watch-alongs included. Let's get into action, people.
Remember everything I made you forget.
Whoa.
Oh, so this episode is going to start off with people forgetting and
Remembering stuff.
It's going to start off with remembering the episode and we're forgetting. There's always a mirror thing that happens.
That's a good point.
Go get Sam.
Now she knows how much she loves him.
Also, you're...
No.
Can't use that word on Twitter. Learn that.
You were in my head.
Why?
The girls get it done poster.
Hey, doing the right thing.
Oh, is she going to have the aneurysm?
Yeah, she's using too much power.
Damn, look at this.
She made a little code break.
Blue ass set. Damn. Went from a super red set to a super blue set.
It's calmer in here. It's
Homelander.
You know, getting into God You was the best day of my life. And it's no different than the shithole I grew up in.
We haven't found out who's like her benefactor or sponsor, or what's the word, right?
You're right. We haven't.
Yeah.
Someone is vouching.
She was over just like the rest of us.
No, she was a part of it, Marie.
I think we should talk to her.
You're just mad because you're sleeping with her.
There's some hella manipulation layers he's going through.
Help! I need some help in here.
I know, it's true. Andre can't trust his dad. Trust him.
Yeesh.
Her pulse is slowing. Can you speed it up? I don't know. What if it kills her?
Just do something.
Be a hero.
Do some blood stuff.
Be a hero.
Make the blood go out of her eyes.
That is such a different skill than explode out blood.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this Stranger Things like music.
She's breathing. She's breathing.
You do care.
Who is this?
We haven't met this person, right? I was like, wait a second. I'm assuming it's just a guinea pig.
How long has she been like this?
She's injected the virus 2 days ago.
The control is starting to work.
The virus only affects soups. This is the payoff for all the work I've done with Sam. A way to compassionately control soups.
God loves man kill stuff.
So dangerous.
Port of Vote will be ready to submit today.
Not until we're ready.
We are ready. Results are exactly what they've been looking for. It's the very reason the woods exist.
That was 2 days ago, champ.
Dr. Cardosa, but we mustn't get premature.
What do you mean?
Premature is when something happens early.
She might die in the next 5 minutes.
Let's see how sick we can make her.
Ooh.
Oh my. Let's develop a biochemical weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
An even greater one.
The on, the off switch.
Make the hydrogen bomb instead of the atom bomb.
It is too round on the top. It needs to be pointy.
Has she ever pushed this much before?
Who cares? This is what she gets from my her friends.
she can turn invisible?
What?
Marvel's crossover.
What?
Whoa.
She has so many powers.
Is this her doing?
Or someone taking her? Is she telekinetic? What is happening?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, shit. What's happening?
Maybe Kate's more powerful than we thought.
Maybe she's in your heads?
Yeah, maybe she's like a Phoenix situation.
Because there's the house is gone. They're not really, there's an impact here.
Maybe she's got telekinesis and telepathy.
Who is that? Come back, please.
Oh, we're in her mind.
Oh.
This is her brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
great call.
Snap.
Mommy. Kate, wait. Just wait there.
And she said her mom hasn't touched her ever since.
This is a memory.
Like Rogue.
I don't feel safe with her. We're in Kate's head.
It was an accident. Why did Caleb listen to me? He never does.
Oof.
Hey, do you like dogs? We've got a canine unit over here that lets you pet one. All right, just come with me.
Great visuals. Memories are
World just
falling
ripping apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a little distance, would you?
Peeling the bark back to the truth beneath.
What are you, greasy?
Soldier Boy? What are you doing in here?
I'm Kate's imaginary friend from when she was a kid.
Oh, no way.
Boyfriend. Really.
Oh, cool.
Taught how to off. Diddle that skittle. Flick the bean. Gotta find that man in the canoe. Soldier Boy pillow. She'd raw dog
Soldier
that
Boy
pillow till
pillow.
she saw God.
Oh, my God.
Jensen Ackles having the best time.
I know you. Hey, you're Kate's new boy. She really loves you.
I know you.
Like I was hair shorter.
Boys, they come and go, but she always comes back to a little pillow talk.
This is as good as the Cap cameo at the end of Homecoming.
Turns out you were radicalized by the Russians.
You. I'm no godless commie. I'm red-blooded. But not commie red. Red, white, and blue red. I fart the Star-Spangled Banner. Knock, knock. Who's there? Go your face.
Okay.
It's like Les Grossman.
Kate wants you in here for some reason. You better figure it out quick, though, before you get stuck in here.
Love that he can play it as an 11 because it's literally a figment of her imagination of him.
Yeah.
See that? That wasn't lightning. As a burst blood vessel. Kate's head is unraveling in real time. She becomes a vegetable, so do you.
Oh, my God.
If you die in here, you're done in real life.
Oh, it's Inception.
And the single most important thing I can tell you
Oh,
no.
Of course.
No.
Oh, jeez.
I love that cameo so much.
Whoa, this could be a really trippy episode.
That was such a clever way to have a cameo in this canon without messing with the boys' canon.
You came back.
Oh, good.
Heroes always come back, right?
You remember.
They're both so broken and into each other.
The best kind of love.
Yeah.
Aw, you too.
Should we?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yes, just, I've,
He's never done it, right?
Why would he?
Yeah. Oh. Theory confirmed.
and he's competent. But I want to with you.
They're so sweet and weird.
Knowing her luck, she's going to get pregnant right away.
Yeah, and die.
I like how yellow's used positively in this scene. Usually yellow's like unnerving, but he's unnerving, so it's like a nice yellow.
It's like an 80s lovemaking scene.
Yeah. It's like sweet in a way.
He's going to invent the atomic bomb thinking about this scene for years to come.
Please don't do something horrible.
I'm very worried
I don't
for most
trust
of
the
them.
show.
Yeah. Everything is a nightmare.
No! I was so worried.
Are you okay, Sam?
Just roll with it, man.
Just stay in the zone. This episode brought to you by the letter F.
Damn.
Volume, etc. in an equation.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Keep your distance. And don't let her touch you.
Who is this? Oh, I see.
Hey.
Recruitment.
When it all began.
I'm not afraid of you, Kate.
Got Soldier Boy in the background there.
That's smart. With all the Queen Maeve stuff, too.
How long have they kept you here?
9 years. I can't imagine how hard that must be for you to bear. You don't have to wear the gloves if you don't want to. I trust you.
Just so good at manipulating.
You know, her social skills are actually surprisingly really good for someone who's been this caged.
Yeah. Eye contact, presence.
Your mother is afraid because you are exceptionally powerful. What you need is help understanding your power.
So smart to become the surrogate mom.
Oh, yeah. It's a really good point.
So
She has
clever.
no one.
Yeah, so clever.
Sometimes the thoughts are so loud. I feel like I'm going crazy.
We could make the voices stop.
Come to Professor Shet Saviors.
Don't take the blue pill.
If you take these every day, those voices won't bother you anymore.
I would love one of those.
Historically, they work out well.
Would you like a hug?
The swell
this
of light.
poor woman.
Oh, look at that shot. That's clever.
Whoa. Whoa.
I haven't been to class in years.
Welcome back, kiddo.
He's just along for the ride here.
Yeah, he's just trapped with them.
Golden boy.
Golden boy tell.
Hey,
They're still
sleeping with your girl.
You just died, but like, it's cool, right?
I'm Bobby.
Bobby Drake.
Here's an ice flower.
Welcome to Mutant High. Could I cheat off of you?
You're gonna ride my coattails?
All the way to the top.
They're so good at reincorporating him into the show.
We should leave. I can't be here.
Where are you gonna go?
I miss you,
You're in her
man.
mind. Oh,
Oh boy, but it's her mind doing this projection of him.
that's
It's
what
not. It's not really
he
him.
thinks. I mean, she thinks he'd say, do.
I miss you too, man. So much.
But not so much that I'm, not sleeping with your girlfriend.
You thought I didn't know.
Know what?
Andre, what's he talking about?
Oh damn! It was already happening.
Yeah, I was going to say, has it gone on? That's why it happened so quick and naturally.
Oh, they're all gonna see it.
Great.
Well, let us see it.
Yeah. Come on.
It's better than the Fraggle happened with the other two.
They were doing it before.
Because we were just saying it. That's why it happened so quick and naturally.
Yeah, that was happening already.
I totally didn't catch what you guys meant.
Yeah, it's
Oh, and he's got the bones on his sweatshirt too. That's a great
because that boy did.
design choice. Yeah.
How many times?
A week?
Are you serious?
No. Cate.
She didn't make you do it, did she? You wanted to. I'm sorry. I thought you were my best friend.
Aw, so long, man.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd have
You
powers in
got
her
shit
mind.
here.
Go!
Damn. So she feels guilty.
I hope so.
Yeah, and he feels guilty.
It's good they can reuse all these sets now.
Like getting their money out of all this.
Hey,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Hey,
is
me?
they separated him.
Do we think Kate's in there?
this isn't Kate's memory. It's mine.
Oh,
go
she's
through-
merging worlds?
Yeah, you can.
That's really neat. Oh, this is a mind trip.
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. I'll tell you everything.
Full of shit.
Breathe. Deep breath.
Oh, everyone's in on
Everyone's
this.
got some dark secrets.
Oh no.
She's also been covering up for everything.
She's a brilliant receptionist.
She does so much.
Above and beyond, I'd say.
Just really.
and to be the one then who actually fought him later on.
Luke needs cutting-edge treatments. That boy could be Homelander strong. Sometimes he has a bad reaction.
If Luke's getting cutting edge treatments, I want him to.
Always looking out for yourself. Huh?
Shut up.
So you were one to talk right now. Jeez, we were just there.
You weren't looking out for yourself?
People just don't understand the lows it takes to reach great heights. And so now I want you to promise me, as my new TA, that you will always protect me.
That's actually a big job.
I'm honored.
Good.
I guess the lesson is we've all done terrible things.
Yep.
He said he was juicing Golden Boy. What would any of you done?
Something! Jordan!
We could have stopped everything right here.
Cool.
Nice.
But instead, we're a TA, saving our own ass.
I love Brink. He was good.
no.
Or not. But he was good to us.
He was nice.
I love how this is also representing the duality of them.
Yeah.
For us to let someone get royally
One's breaking down and crying, and one's angry and standing up.
coward.
Oh, man.
Real dichotomy on screen.
Yeah. Ooh, personified dichotomy. Yeah. And lots of duplicitousness.
Oh, quite.
That's also just a great encapsulation of like so many conversations that are culturally happening right now when people get exposed in like positions of power and
That's a great point.
complicity, like, and the fact that it was her and him dialogued out the way it was. It's great.
That was amazing.
The time we went cookie.
I don't think I can do that 24/7. I mean, maybe 23/7. I'm messed up, Emma. You should be with someone that isn't.
Well, maybe I want to be with you. I mean, I'm messed up too. I mean, I have really bad breath. It's like really bad. And we both smell like sweaty popcorn.
Sweaty popcorn. What is sweaty popcorn?
I hope it's a combination of their smell and the popcorn in the room, not like perspiring popcorn.
Now, Sweaty Popcorn is a guy in this universe. He's one of the most famous heroes with his butter cannon.
What do you see?
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, wow. He's being juiced off his brother?
Oh, that's messed up.
That is wild.
Oh.
Oh, and he's got to remember for a moment. Oh, that's how. Oh.
Wake up, Sam!
I hate this. Oh, wow. How torturous.
You're gonna forget this is happening.
Oh my
You're gonna forget about the woods.
That is
Your brother is dead.
Oh, she has been through so much.
You kind of predicted something like that in the first episode.
I did. I don't love it. I don't love being right. But the delivery is so much harsher.
This is like New Mutants.
Crazy.
He keeps remembering like a dam breaking.
You're helping him, Cate. You're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, God.
They are so evil.
Make them forget.
No.
Oh, no. That.
She could see you in her own mind.
It's a great representation of like
everything falling apart in madness.
Like brainwashing almost.
Oh no. I know that door.
Oh, it's time to go in your mind.
At the bathroom
But
door?
you got to get out. Yeah, I think it is the thing she's protected herself from so long, thinking about like she has to go through it, which is acceptance.
Somehow we're going to find out she dicked someone over.
Yeah.
You killed them.
I didn't mean to.
You were angry that they barged in, and everything that happened because you wanted it to.
What?
Oh, is that what
she feels?
No matter how hard you try to be a hero, you'll always be a murderer to me.
Oh.
I'll never forgive you, and you shouldn't either.
Oh.
You told me it wasn't my fault.
Who?
Oh.
Who's the benefactor?
Men crying over them. What happened to your brother was an accident. I know that you think it's your fault.
I think she's talking to her.
Yeah.
For when they had
Oh, I see.
You shouldn't be here. Cate.
Oh, world turned upside down.
You can wake up right now. I won't stop you anymore. You're up. I'm up.
You got to forgive yourself too, Cate.
Yeah.
You manipulated me. And I know your parents hurt you. That's Shetty. I see it.
Hurt people, hurt people.
But I wish you would have chose something different. Because I love you, and I don't want to love you because I'll never trust you again. You finally have a choice. So wake the up. You don't get to throw this all away.
You finally have a choice, might be the line that does it.
So wake up.
Whoa.
Is this real?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, thank God you're here. You found it.
You have sex hair.
Jordan.
This is Sam.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, he knows.
No, we just went through this. Oh.
Yeah. I was worried about that. Oh man, did she just come back to get killed?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Let her go.
Whoa.
She hurt you. And she hurt Luke.
But you don't have to hurt her back.
Ooh.
Hey, look at me. Trust me, right? Let her go.
Diana, let it go.
Damn.
What is Shetty doing down there?
I don't know. They were using Sam to augment Luke's powers. Shetty was directing it all.
So she's the answer. We do this, and there's no going
back.
I didn't mean to. I was just following orders.
Yeah, she did.
Is she a pancake now? What's going on here?
Oh.
Okay, damn.
Oh, jeeps, man.
We killed a soup.
My God.
That's great.
She's so happy.
They have the power to kill a soup.
Yeah.
Only 5 millimeters more. That was all.
Now, can you make it contagious?
Oh.
Of course.
Man.
Jesus. That's going to affect the whole
Yeah,
universe.
that's going into season 4 of The Boys. Now there's going to be like a, which is a super X-Men thing, like having a virus that takes away your powers or kills you or both.
Yeah.
Is very much.
I wonder if Garth Ennis doesn't like this show.
I know Derek loves it.
I've heard the show is very different sensibly from the books.
Well, I feel like Garth Ennis hates supers, and I think
here you there making a superhero show,
and like I could see how he could like The Boys, but I could
where this would really bother
this
him.
One I'm like, well, the protagonists are the supers in this one.
Yeah.
They're getting all the like positive and negative. They're actually getting some like
the humans are the bad ones. And it's such a flip. The humans are totally bad, whereas like The Boys, the humans. I mean, there's some terrible humans, but
sure.
But the humans in there
are our team.
Here, but here it's like, no, all the humans, the parents suck, the teachers suck.
Everyone's a
manipulator, who's only looking out for themselves.
But we feel sorry for the supers, and the supers are going to be the one who can help save the day. That was brilliant. That was my favorite episode of the season so far.
Absolutely.
I think that and episode 1 are my two favorites.
Yeah, this
because the one just surprised me out of nowhere.
Visually provocative, mind-bending in all accounts, but not just for visual flair. It was doing it to really help serve a greater narrative overall, and a way to do some just solid visual storytelling or diving deep into Cate's mind, going into Cate's mind and understanding her backstory more. It does surprise me how good she is. She's very socially capable. I would feel like she'd be a lot shyer.
A lot of YouTube.
Yeah, there's got to be a way she's like
socialized.
She has to I mean, probably just learn via media.
Yeah,
or maybe was trained, but it's just she seems so capable of social. It's the one psychological element of it that kind of throws me off a tad bit. Is this woman's been so caged, and then she goes to school and she seems like she knows how to flirt.
She wants to fix so bad. I think it's just like, how do I blend in? How do I fix myself? How do I get people to like me? Like her whole character is how do I get people to like me, and her trying to not feel like she's doing the wrong thing while knowing she is.
Yeah, I think the answer is there in the show. I don't feel like it's a flaw or criticism really. It was the one thing that was like, interesting.
Well, and there's a pretty solid gap of time between when Shetty comes and takes her to when we join her now. I mean, she's still like decently young at that point, right?
I mean, 9 plus she looked like
9 years.
How old do you think she was when her brother, did she say, was like 7 or something?
6 or 7, yeah.
So that'd be 16. And then college is like 19.
I think you could partly imagine it as like you're thinking back on yourself. You probably imagine yourself a little more articulately or whatever than you were at a younger age.
Oh, that's a good point too. Like her memory of herself was probably like, social.
But
and then she might be like feral.
But yeah, maybe through this experience going away with Shetty, that would easily open her up to, at least some sociality with other kids who probably
she's not a freshman.
Similar experience.
She's like a sophomore or junior, so that's why I was saying like 19. She'd have some time because Monica's the only freshman, right?
Yeah. It's a
Marie.
Marie, yeah. It's a good thing her powers went berserk.
It's okay.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to come to a point of understanding.
Yeah.
I don't think
they would never forgive each other.
They would have killed her.
Would not have sufficed.
We have to legion wipe everyone and then come together.
They had to really go all into the memory noggin there, and that is the only way you could really come to a true sense of understanding is allowing them to experience it vicariously.
So me and my friends forgive each other. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you just got to go into the mind.
Yeah. All those sound bath parties I invite you to, we just get in a room, we just vibe. Boom.
I know everyone's performance here is so strong, though, and this is a story of like a lot of superhero stories. A lot of it is about self-acceptance, and everyone here has a journey of self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, and really zeroing in on everyone's flaws and what makes them human is the dual emotions of everyone, even right down to Marie. I love dealing with that core memory of hers, of seeing how, when she was really young, there was a part of her that wanted to use her power.
And that part of her lives on through her sister, or like through the iconography of her sister.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying she like wanted to kill or deep down she's an evil person. That's not
it's like a baby snake thing. It's like in that moment you were enraged enough that you directed this energy you didn't understand at them rather than it just happening inexplicably.
Yeah. And I like acknowledging that. That's very human to me.
Even if that was only 1% of the moment, that character and her little sister represents the 1% of her that was just angry, even if it was 99%. Yeah, I loved that moment.
Very strong stuff. And
again, great use of Schwarzenegger coming back. I thought that was so clever. They've brought him back like 3 different episodes, and they have all felt natural.
Yeah, he's like an actual character.
Golden Boy.
Patrick
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
When did he come back before? Oh yeah, and another flashback.
Yeah. But all the flashbacks haven't been like just to have them. Like
they're
they've
not
been
jigsaw
like
flashbacks.
Yeah, they're like they
It's just
actually
like,
work.
we need him on screen.
They're narratively really functional. He's served a greater narrative in the show than I ever would have expected, considering he died in the pilot.
Yeah, no, he feels like he's part of the ensemble, even though he is dead.
And his presence looms throughout every episode.
It's great.
Yeah.
The Jordan stuff with the both actors that play Jordan getting to actually act opposite each other is so fulfilling because it fits narratively, but it also shows how well cast. It also shows like how well Logan is acting as, I don't know the other person's name, but how well London, sorry, not Logan, how well London is acting like their male counterpart, but then when you see them on screen together, like how they've worked on having each other's little ticks and things, but then when they're facing each other, like you were saying, like the guilt and anger versus like in that moment, like the duality of their emotion in that section was genius.
Represented their physicality of when they switch in and out. So it kind of makes me want to, it weirdly makes me want to go back, rewatch the episodes and see the emotional, intentional choices of when it's the male counterpart versus the female counterpart. I don't know if that's the correct terminology. I'm dealing with a character who could actually, transgender character who could actually switch in and out.
Yeah.
All right. So
the male identifying counterpart?
Is that
male presenting?
Male presenting. I don't know the way to not offend. I'm sorry. Sure. So yeah, but to see that would be really interesting because there were two very different emotions in that moment.
Right. And I thought that was fascinating because, like you said, everyone got their character arc, but theirs was the visual representation of what everyone was actually feeling, which is the dichotomy of the emotion they were going through.
I'm surprised it wasn't rushed. This episode, I feel like this. Normally, it's a short episode.
Yeah, this was the shortest, I think, runtime, but the most stuff.
And it was really thick. And I think it's because you're just diving straight on into something where you're not relying. You're dealing with a lot of things that are going really in your face about it.
Yeah.
While simultaneously having just enough exposition to deal with it that you have to face it so head on as an audience member with the characters that you surprisingly don't feel like they're rushing through arcs.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
it manages to be thoughtful without losing momentum and without losing tension. Because like at one point I was afraid actually that we weren't. I think it was with Jordan. They have this start the conversation in the office about like the whole complicity of them backing up Brink and why, and then that conversation continues sort of into the next scene and then transitions into the next character. And I don't know. I thought that was like kind of graceful within this, and it's an episode where I didn't really notice the time. And then you can I thought just to add to that, like the Jordans talk is also great because so much of what this show deals with is cycles of pain and cycles of power dynamics and oppression and stuff like that, but also how people can be complicit and lie to themselves about why they do that stuff, and also the idea that you might know somebody who is, not who they seem to be, and they're good to you, and they're, a positive presence in your life, but meanwhile, they're hurting other people. That's like such a close to home discussion that so many things have bungled that I thought this handled really nicely within that one character. Like, look at where we are. We're a TA. We could have actually like helped some people not be, there's a greater system at play. We probably would have gotten taken down in the process, but we could have done the right thing in the face of this instead of accepting all those lies of, oh, he's like a father to me. Oh, he's this, he's that. And yeah, it's like in an episode like this, I'm surprised that it's to the writing and the directing and everyone's credit that it feels as graceful as it does, because that felt like a really thoughtful and a great example of one of these things that's in the style of such popular media that's often trying to like throw you out a woke idea or something like that. But that's like a super thoughtful moment within something that's still moving and still sci-fi and it's still all the other things that you want.
I agree. And to add to that, I think not only does it do all of those things, but the speed is able to accomplish so much because each of their sections not only builds on the last one, but they share so much trauma that, like, say, Jordan's like guilt about the TA thing mirrors the guilt that Marie feels, mirrors the guilt, so they can jump into the next scene and ride the emotional wave of whatever that emotion is. Like you're falling out of one person, suddenly spiking in guilt, going to the other person's guilt. So it doesn't need 2 scenes, it needs 1.5 into the next person's half and the next person's half. So the pacing gets to be genius because we've all lived for 5 episodes going to this 6th, building to this climax of you have to actually address this thing that happened to you, and then we know the 7/8 of the setup. Then this one we get like all of that in rapid fire through the emotional connection, which is genius.
What's the dean's name and what's Clancy Brown's name?
Shetty and Brink. Shetty is the dean. Brink is the
what I think the show has really laced throughout this whole season in particular so well is the focus on the parents and how the parents have been pretty abusive, and they accepted a deal that would monetize and take advantage of their kids, and yet they would also judge and condemn them for not going down certain paths they want. Like the parents are terrible, like are awful.
Sure.
I mean, I feel like I'm blanking on maybe a good parent, but for the most part,
So far,
they're
no,
all awful
or dead.
And then what they've done with Shetty and Brink is they have made them both the surrogate father and mother.
I totally agree. When you mentioned Clancy Brown's like paternal presence, I think John said at one point, I'm like, oh wow, that's a really good way to make it like, hey, you need me. You haven't had me.
Exactly. They totally like prey on children who it's like it's such a weird cycle of what Vought does.
Yeah.
They persuade these parents, take advantage of the parents, and then they make sure the parents are like terrible fucking people.
Yeah.
And then they step in and become the parents to the kids.
Yeah.
You know how good this episode was? We haven't mentioned the best cameo I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was about my mind. Yeah.
I was just about to think, because all the stuff you're saying, I'm like, all right. And then the first half of the episode does all the stuff with Vought, but personifies it in the most ridiculous, like, hoorah character, and allows him to be on 11, allows him to say all the stuff that clearly Jensen Ackles has been dying to say for years. Like the joy in that performance, but it personifies what Vought has been doing, not only as the boyfriend, the guy I'm dating in Canada element, but also what that represents in this show and what soups represent in this world.
It was cool that he got to play the image of Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
And not because we know what Soldier Boy's really like.
Right. He got to play like the caricature of.
Yeah. But he still had the beard and everything.
Oh, it's so good, but like red-blooded, but red, white, blue-blooded.
Yeah. That was really fun.
I fart Spangles. Like, it was just so many great. I want to rewatch just that scene to experience the dialogue again in real time because it was masterfully delivered and ridiculous. That was so fun.
It seemed like they let him riff.
Oh, that definitely was like
cutting in
the kind of cutting that was happening there. It works great because it's like it could be an improv bit, but because of the kind of jarring cutting
of the episode itself,
it works with the weird types of way your mind moves at a rapid pace.
I want the 7-minute cut of just Jensen Ackles going to town because I guarantee it's out. There's got to be like, I hope you know they always do the episode like
party
on a day, and then 4 days later Amazon's like, okay, let's get the other half the people that didn't watch, and then they just release that. Please, Amazon, release the Jensen Ackles cut.
Man, there's a lot that happened here because
that was. Oh no! I was going to say
go.
that was terrific, but also Emma and Sam, like that whole subplot them together was like the sweetest counterpoint. I thought that was a really nicely placed counterpoint because that could have happened a lot of places.
Yeah, the timing is great.
But yeah, it's like you have a crazy mental intimacy happening on the one hand as we get to our character. It's like this is the character climaxes episode before we take it to the streets. So like,
which is weird because usually the penultimate.
Yeah, it's usually episode 7, and this was 6.
Yeah,
but the climax had to come early because it's his first time.
Sure, and I thought they made that really sweet, whilst also incorporating still, the like you have that dread of like, is this going to become like a bad trip? And it does become a sort of hallucination, but it doesn't become a bad trip, and it does kind of read, like this 80s kind of awkward but super sweet and endearing kind of moment.
Yeah, I like that it didn't ruin the moment, but it definitely made you like worried for her. It built tension and it gave it stakes, but like the skexy sex didn't become like a negative thing for him too long.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing that in this universe is usually so lurid and so kind of used for shock and humor that it was nice to see a moment like that treated with tenderness and actual, just kind of like character intimacy.
It felt real.
Did very, very much so.
Yeah, that was great. That was beautiful.
Because I think this might be my favorite episode.
This is 1,000% my favorite episode. By like, there's not even a competition, honestly.
Well, episode 1 was just so unique in that it balanced so many tones. But I think this one wins though, because you're right. This is just it accomplished so much in like 30 something minutes.
But I gotta say, man, Andre seems like an awful person.
He's the only one. I'm like, he's actually a piece of shit.
I'm like,
he's the only one.
What was his arc exactly?
He does not seem humbled by this situation.
The second after he gets caught, the second after he gets caught, he's like, way to not be accountable. And I was like, you're boning dude's girl.
Yeah.
The second scene.
And I liked his plea to her to wake up, and I liked his admission of love. But yeah, of all the characters that had such kind of touching journeys and very clear line journeys.
Well, what I like about him is he seems like he's the one who propels them to want to do heroic acts. Like what I still believed, even though he was criticizing Jordan in that moment, I did believe him when he said I would have done something, and I feel like he would have done something.
And it's a different kind of thing.
It's a different kind of thing. It's a completely different thing, and I still think that even though I still feel like he would have tried to like do the right thing in terms of this really cruel things happening to Luke, right? Yes. Yeah. To Luke, real cruel things happening to Luke. He would have tried to do something like that. As we've seen in prior episodes, he will still try to do the heroic path. And and
then complain at the consequences of his other actions later.
But there still seems to be like there still seems to be this lack of something that we've been talking about is like it seems like there's this lack of guilt.
Well, there's a lack of accountability. Everyone else has some accountability for their actions. Every single other character, like good, bad, everything in the middle, human, has an accountability, and he's just like, "You're all fucking up." Like, why?
Well, I think,
I'm like, dude, you're sleeping with her, but when he was alive, you continue to sleep with her. It's just justified because you love her.
Well, and it's also
It's very college.
I think it's maybe. It makes sense as to why it happens this way, but I think it is maybe the one episode or aspect of the episode that gets garbled by the fact that becomes a sort of action moment because he flames out and you know it becomes about not being obliterated. In fact, does that one guy die for real?
Yeah.
So like that guy got smoked, got splattered. So yeah, it's like instead of having him and Luke have like a scene type resolution,
that was a representation of it.
Kind of stone skip away from that. I feel like.
Yeah, I think we need. I still feel like there needs to be something more developed in that arena. And then now they're controlling. They have a way to control the soups.
Yeah, they've got a weapon.
Hell yeah,
Mpox. It's coming.
It's got to affect Boy season 4.
Oh, they
unless
can't
they just
not.
unless they just burn this all down. Like episode 8 or something. Yeah.
No, I feel like
it didn't get out.
It's a new stakes element, especially with Homelander being as powerful he is, and the way season 3 ended.
Yeah. I mean, because if from the trajectory of Homelander, who has been playing so much by his own rules, like a big part of how Vought has been able to control soups has been them wanting to be liked, to put it in the most simplistic terms.
Yeah.
Especially Homelander on the most like amplified level of really caring what people think about him, and he just wants to be loved, and now he's been doing that by just doing his own thing. He even kills someone
in the middle, broad daylight on camera.
Everyone's like, "Woo, Homelander!" Just some random guy in a crowd.
But he wants to be admired, and like once he realizes that's admiration, it's like, well,
and then
that's what I've been wanting to do.
And then you got these millennials,
all these Gen Z kids getting powers.
Gen Z who wants to do their own thing.
You want to come up and be a real hero, not a selfish one.
And now they need to find a way to control the thing they created,
right?
And this would be it. And if they have a weapon that could literally murder them,
that changes the stakes for the rest of the universe.
That is crazy. And I wonder if our boys
get involved.
Butcher would want to something like this.
Oh, he definitely would.
Oh yeah.
But he's also got Compound V in his veins now, and so does Jack, or so does Huey. So
we don't know who's representing Marie though.
Still.
Yeah.
And I can't put a theory on it.
It's her sister.
There's no. I imagine it's a boy's cameo, but I can't think of any boy that would be like a benefactor for anyone. Everyone's too selfish in the boys. Like the 7 are all like.
I feel like there's got
Starlight, because she thinks that she can like help from inside. I don't know. Like it's such a stretch.
Yeah, it's
Starlight, Maeve. How crazy would it be if Maeve?
Oh, isn't she dead?
Maeve's not dead. Wait, Maeve's dead?
Is Maeve dead?
Did they fake her death, or is she actually dead?
Oh, I gotta rewatch it.
Because I was gonna say that, and I had the thought of like, wait a minute though, did she die, or did she, or was it a kind of thing where they teased it, but then she gets away?
Also, I've got a medium issue where I'm like, am I remembering reading or watching?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be laced throughout the season if she was dead.
Maybe I'm thinking of print media.
Crimson Countess definitely died.
She did,
but
she handied her last handy.
Homelander wouldn't do it.
No. I mean, A-Train wouldn't really have a good reason to do it.
Who plays Beaver? Jim Beaver. What was his character?
He's like a politician.
I don't know why he would do it.
Yeah. It'll be Jared Padalecki's
would Carl
cameo.
Urban?
Butcher?
Would he like want a soup in the inside?
Mother's Milk is her uncle.
What happened with John Carlo?
Doesn't trust
her
him.
name is M's too. She's an MM. Holy shit, though, she is an MM. She's Marie Moreau.
Oh,
they
Mother's
could
Milk.
be like distantly related. What's his real name?
I don't remember, but that's really funny.
Name like Calvin or something, but I don't
if
know.
she wears any sort of hip hop T-shirt at one point, we'll know they're related because of all of his great Wu-Tang and like.
What happened with Giancarlo again? He had the.
He was in power, and then Homelander took over. We should rewatch season 3.
Something to do with head exploding girl. Didn't he like mentor her or something?
Yeah.
Trained her and then she betrayed him?
She and Homelander were like both.
Yeah, and he like was using her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know the chat right now.
But
Like every message board is like, it's obviously this. I'm like, what was it?
But if he's out of VOT,
maybe he's a benefactor. He got money.
Would he? Yeah, he would. I mean, would he be trying to like mentor? I mean, like
I'm not sure what
her
would
again.
Be her
I think it's like an inside job situation. I don't think it's mentoring. I think it's like someone wants someone in the 7 that's under their thumb. I think someone.
And that's
wants
why
leverage.
I feel like wouldn't. What was Giancarlo's character's name again? Edgar.
Stan Edgar.
Yeah. Would he? Maybe he would try to use her to go back in.
Maybe. But that's why I was thinking like.
Because I'm trying to think not just character but also motivation.
Sure.
Well, and what would it be about her in particular? What is it about her power? That moment
She could take out Homelander probably.
Yeah, I mean she's got power.
Well, especially if she can like percolate his blood and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fair. That is like it is a uniquely. We see it used to make like blades and things a lot, but I feel like they've made a really cool point over the season, continuing that she can do these other
something
things
internally to them.
Also, they should animate Carnage like that. It's so cool and gross.
Yeah, but she can heal, but she can also like rend you from the inside out. So I mean, yeah, she would be a pretty powerful 7 member.
Yeah, I think Butcher is a possibility just because the leverage within the 7. I think that Stanley Edgar is a great idea. I mean, it feels like a big deal that tossed aside.
Is Butcher literally going to show up in episode 8? Like, hey, I need more people on my team, and like, I thought
or
you,
no, like
I thought you had potential.
She's
so
on the
come
7, and then he's
me.
like, "How do you think you got here?" Like, because I think she fully becomes a member of the 7, and then
your boy Jack Quaid seems to hang out with these guys.
It's true.
Is he coming? And is he going to be Nick Fury?
But Huey's got no money.
Huey suddenly
Huey's
got a lot
money,
of
and he's
money.
like, "I'm gonna help you out of
Huey.
God you." Huey's out there selling Compound V on the streets.
Every time they say God, you too. It just
It's
makes
so
me laugh.
good. It's such a great douchey name for people that are trying to be
hilarious
gods.
douche name.
All right, guys. Well,
It's a good one. It was a good one.
that was a great episode. It's my favorite one so far.
So
easily.
good. So good. The show's
Easily.
exceptional.
Thank God for
Agreed.
that Soldier Boy cameo. This one might get views. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
That's right, gents.
Thanks. We appreciate you, internet, for only caring about
Not
Easter
for
eggs
the
and-
great episode
No,
itself.
Not for great writing or any of that.
Soldier Boy.
There was
as a
definitely, we got halfway through our commentary, and I was like, we haven't mentioned Soldier Boy. The internet will want that.
Yeah, that's for.
But it was also great.
Guys, leave your thoughts down below. Leave a like on this video. That'd be very much appreciated.
What's your favorite MCU cameo? Leave it below.
Get yourself an America's ass tea. And hey, let's end this with a patron of the day shout out. All right, guys, we got to do some patron catch ups here. And going within the theme, we're going to use our friends over at ChatGPT to help us get to know what people might be like when our patrons interact with each other. Now we're down to our last few. We are. And here's the problem with the last few.
Yes.
We don't know them personally that well.
No.
Normally we have some facts about them and then we throw it in there. But now we're just going to have to take a guess on what they're like.
To judge people based on their
We're
name.
going to have to assume some of their personality traits just off of the little bits of interactions that we've had with them.
Definitely.
All right, so let's get this show on the road. So I have a YouTube channel where I'm prompting ChatGPT. We're going to shout out our patrons, our super sexy rejects. Which pair should we go with, John?
Oh, let's do Brian Perry and Pandemic Jones.
Oh, my God. What's Pandemic Jones' real name?
Paul.
Brian Perry and Paul Jones.
Yes.
All right. I want you to write a scene. Only do the dialogue of them. Escaping from Leatherface.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh no! We'll put this in the Saw video.
Escaping from Jigsaw.
Escaping from Jigsaw. Create they are trapped together. Create a trap that they have to survive together to get out of.
Yeah.
And what must they learn? Throw Jigsaw in there at the beginning.
Yeah, a Jigsaw tape.
The beginning. A jigsaw tape. Some facts about Brian Perry and Paul Jones. All right. Paul Likes to be called Pandemic Jones.
Likes to be called Pandemic Jones. That's true. It's an awarded nickname. He's a very upbeat and good-spirited person.
Upbeat and good-spirited person. Okay, but why would he need to be taught a lesson from Jigsaw? Because he wants to cause a pandemic.
Because he's too online. He's always online.
He wants to cause a pandemic.
He wants to cause a pandemic. That's even better.
Yeah. Always online, never living too much in the real world.
In the real world, yeah, in the moment.
He has stolen fruit from the grocery store.
Oh, no.
And let's see, how old do you think he is?
He's like 23.
23 years old.
Yeah.
Male.
Very buff.
Very buff.
Yeah.
But with glute implants, and lies to people that he did it all natural.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Okay, now, Brian Perry. I really don't know much about this guy. We shout him out all the time.
Yeah.
So we're just going to take a guess. Okay.
He's a cop.
I think in real life, he's a cop.
It's a Saw movie.
I believe Brian is probably our oldest patron. He is 98 years old.
He's holding on.
He's 98 years old.
And he's been scamming his Medicare. Has had 3 to 4 wives. Yes.
Who have all mysteriously disappeared.
Ooh. He's
obsessed with Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves QAnon.
Loves Q. How do you spell QAnon?
Q.
That's how woke I am.
Space ANON.
Loves QAnon.
Just the letter Q. He's he makes inappropriate comments to people online.
Inappropriate comments to people online. But overall, a nice guy. All right. Make sure to create the trap. Let's do this. Let's see how creative you can be. Let's see if they can write the next Saw installment.
Let's do this. Saw XI. Saw Levum.
All right. Take it away, John.
Interior, dimly lit room, night. Paul, Pandemic, Jones, and Brian Perry find themselves in a dimly lit, grim room. Their eyes adjust to the darkness as they both realize they are chained to opposite walls. A large electrical panel with tangled wires between them. Above the panel, a monitor flickers on, revealing the eerie puppet face of Jigsaw.
Hello, Paul and Brian. Let's play a game. Paul, your online persona has consumed you, making you miss out on the genuine experiences of life. And Brian, despite your service, you've made choices that conflict with your role as a protector of society. To escape this room, you must literally reconnect with each other.
Oh, no.
The screen shows a demonstration.
Oh, no.
There are 10 wires, 5 from Paul's side and 5 from Brian's. They must match the right wire to each side to form 5 correct pairs. A wrong match sends an electrical shock. This is like this video game.
This is so light.
Paul, your thefts from the real world, represented by the fruits of your labor, will guide Brian. And Brian, your knowledge of true crime will help Paul. But hurry. You have 5 minutes before the room becomes your final resting place.
The screen goes dark.
All right, I'll be Brian.
All right.
Trying to maintain some composure. All right, Pandemic. Let's put aside our differences and work together. I've faced tougher situations in many years.
All right, old timer. I must be all.
Oh, wait, let's do it again.
Yeah.
All right, then. I don't know how old people sound.
All
right, Pandemic. Let's put aside our differences and work together. I've faced tougher situations in my years.
All right, old timer. I might be all about the digital world, but right now we're very much in the real one. Let's do this.
I used to see symbols on my end. A melon, an apple, a banana. Reminds me of Mel Gibson movie when he was a thief. I can't recall the name of that movie, but I think it happened once.
This is the real trap, is to figure out what that movie is. Those are the fruits I stole. Match the melon with the green wire on your side. What symbols do you have?
A bloody cop badge, a wedding ring, a Medicare card, a Q symbol, and an online comments section.
Okay, connect the badge with the blue wire. We've got this. Minutes feel like hours as they continue connecting wires, getting minor shocks along the way, but ultimately finding the right connections.
You know, for someone obsessed with online stuff, you're not half bad in person.
And for a cop with such a twisted past, you're not the worst partner in a tight spot. With the final wire connected, the chains release, freeing them.
We did it, kid.
We sure did,
That's
old
it.
man.
That's it.
As they
That's all you could create.
escape the deadly trap. They also learned the value. They learned the value of genuine connection.
What a great setup. You totally canned everything about Paul.
I know.
You didn't include Jolan. I'm gonna criticize you now, ChatGPT.
We need notes, rewrites.
Yeah, oh my God. You didn't include Jack about Paul's background that we gave you. It was so light. It was so light. Apologies for the oversight. All right, we're gonna redo this. All right, we got the trap. Let's just go past secrets.
Oh,
right.
no, there's a whole different trap.
Oh, my God.
It's totally redoing the scene.
Oh, it's redoing everything.
Paul Pandemic Jones and Brian Perry are trapped in a room, bound by chains. Between them are a series of weights and pulleys. Attached to Paul's side is a heavy weight marked Virtual World. On Brian's side, there's an even heavier weight labeled Past Secrets.
See what
Above
they do.
them, a tape recorder dangles. Paul manages to nudge it, and it begins to play. You want Jigsaw?
Yeah, sure.
Paul! Or should I say pandemic?
Yes, Jigsaw here. Simpson-y.
You've been lost in the virtual world, so consumed by your digital life that reality eludes you. Brian, your past is heavy with secrets, weighing you down and preventing you from moving forward. Today, you must face those burdens together. To escape Paul, you must physically lift your weight, symbolizing your online obsessions. Brian, to help him, reveal the secret of every milestone Paul achieves, making your weight lighter and easier to lift. If neither of you is honest or committed, neither of you gets out. Remember, sometimes the heaviest burdens we carry are the ones we hide.
The tape clicks off. That's good.
All right, there's like 2 lines of dialogue. Yes. Let's see what the hell they do.
Okay, struggling to lift his weight.
I'm Paul now. Okay, I'll admit it. These glutes, not all natural. I got implants, but I tell everyone I got them from squats.
Confession time. Okay. Wife number 2. It wasn't a mysterious disappearance. She left me for a Mel Gibson impersonator. They continue in this vein, each revelation lightening the weights bit by bit.
I might want to cause a pandemic online, but I'm terrified of real-life confrontations, and I've never actually confronted my feelings for, well, real people.
I've scanned Medicare. Not because I needed the money, but because I felt invisible in my old age. I just wanted to feel seen. Finally, after much effort and the revelation, the chains release.
You know, for an old cop, you've got quite the story.
And you, kid, might want to spend a bit more time in the real world. It's not all that bad. This was a better version, ChatGPT. I like that ChatGPT came up with traps, at least. These are Jigsaw-esque traps, all right? In like 10 seconds, it's not too bad.
That's your shout-out, guys. We tried.
We did it.